Hey guys, Josh Cohen, strength and conditioning coach here at Competitive Edge Skating and Strength Training. In this week's video, we're going to talk about the 5 things as an athlete you have control over, and then how everything else is just a concern, and how if you focus exclusively on what you can control, you're going to get those results that you want and you're going to grow exponentially. So the first thing that you have control over is your mindset. So you have control over your thoughts if you have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset, and included in mindset is going to be things like your effort. You always have control of how much effort you're putting into something, and then the mindset is how you're going to handle adversity or challenges. Are you going to meet adversity and then cower away, or are you going to push through that and see that as a means to grow and be inspired by the greatness in others and things like that that are going to just help you excel and keep you in that right frame of mind that's going to get you to where you want to go. So included in that would be number 2, which would be your training. So you have control over how much you're training, the effort you're putting into the training, so that'll kind of tie in with that mindset. And with hockey, you have the idea that you can train on ice, off ice, stick handling, shooting, hockey IQ, you can watch film. There's so much that you can train to improve on, and then your mindset's going to dictate that. So all of these things are going to kind of tie in together, but you do have control. Even if you're not controlling what type of training you're doing, you do have control over how much effort you're putting into that and your mindset towards that training. So that'll lead into number 3, which is the most important part of training, and especially with hockey when they're playing so many games throughout the year, that is recovery. So you have control over your recovery. You might think, well, if I get a nagging injury, how do I control that? Well, you can't control if it happens to you, but you can control your immediate response. So after the game, are you icing those injuries? Are you stretching? Are you doing an active recovery after the games? Or are you just hopping in the car and going home? So these are things that you can be doing on your own, which kind of can tie into the training and then your mindset about that. So things like stretching, recovery, doing the box breathing, things like this are going to help in your recovery and keep you fresh and ready for that next game or practice. Moving on to number 4, this will be your nutrition. So you have control over whether you're eating properly or not. And some people will say things like, oh, well, I don't like kale. I don't like spinach. That goes into number 1. If your body likes those nutrients, you like the food. You're just in that mindset from probably a younger age, oh, it's green, it's leafy, I don't like it. So the thing is to try to work in that nutrition. If you know it's going to aid you, you're going to try to do everything in your power to get that in. So if you don't like leafy greens, for example, you're going to blend that into a smoothie, a recovery smoothie, which will go right into number 3 there. But you're trying to find the ways because you know it's good for you and you know it's fuel for the body versus, oh, I just want to eat that candy bar because it tastes good in the moment. So focusing on your nutrition, you have complete control over. And if you're a younger kid and you're like, well, mom and dad cook me the meals, well, that's something that you guys can talk about. Can we do little steps to eat healthier? So the nutrition is in your complete control. And lastly, the last one, typically everyone's favorite, is your sleep. You control your sleep. If you are sleeping less than 8 to 7 hours a day, that is not enough sleep, especially if you're a growing athlete. And you can say, well, I have school, I have this and that. That's going to come to time management, which will kind of come into your mindset, your priorities. What are you doing? You can go to bed early to wake up early to do homework. You can stay after school to do homework if you have that time. Get help from friends, a tutor, a teacher. So you have control over your sleep. And that goes with that is the quality of your sleep. Are you sleeping with your cell phone in your room? Are you sleeping with lights on? Are you sleeping in a cold environment? Is it completely dark? So there's a lot of things you can do to manipulate your sleep to help the quality of it. So just as that recap, as an athlete, you have control over 5 things and the rest are concerns. You can't be concerned with what the refs are going to say. You have no control over that. What scouts are thinking of you, you have no control over that. But you do have control over the 5 controllables, which will help in how people are seeing you, like scouts and things included. So number 1, you have control over your mindset. Number 2, you have control over your training. 3, your recovery. 4, your nutrition. And 5, your sleep. If you can control the 5 controllables with extreme detail, you're going to improve faster than you think, and you're going to be right on line to get to those goals. Make sure you guys go to our website at ceskating.com. Sign up for our Sunday email. This is where you get words of wisdom for your week, as well as our training and class schedule for the entire week. Also, make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.